In this example, we will learn how to use our calculator to do what we call linear regression. You're going to be given a chart or a table of information, and these pieces of information should include x values and y values. In this situation, we have a range of years, and then instead of using the years as our x's, we have basically determined a starting point being the range of years from 1997 to 1998 as the starting point 0. Likewise, we've gone through and we've labeled the other range of years being 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the second column, we have the estimated tuition y. The first thing that we would like to do is we would like to enter this information into our calculator. To do this, we want to go to Stat. Press the Stat button, and the first option that comes up highlighted is Edit and Edit. Press Enter, and then this will take us to the place we will enter our x and our y information. Now, along the top you'll see an L1, L2, L3. It's very important that we have L1 and L2 as our first and second lists. If this is not the case, then you need to email me and I'll let you know what to do to make sure L1 and L2 are your first and second lists. In this particular situation, I already have information in both of my lists. You need to make a note on how to clear out information that are already in a list. First thing you want to do is use your up arrow to highlight the name of the list, and then you will press Clear, and then you will press Enter, and that will clear the information out of that given list. Now go over to the second list, press the up arrow to get to L2, press Clear, and then press Enter. And now I have blank lists under L1 and L2. I will now enter my x values under L1 and my y values under L2. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want to make sure to double check after you've entered the information in to be sure it's accurate. Here we have 9, 4, 6, 6, 9, 9, 9, 8, 10, 6, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 9, 6, 1, 2, 0, 1, 0. A common error is if you miss a piece of information, you will have more values in list 1 than you do in list 2, and your calculator will give you an error. Now, to determine the linear regression or the line of regression, we will now want to go to Stat, arrow over to Calculate, and then we want to do option 4, which is Lin Reg. In the new operating systems, you will be asked what is your X list and what is your Y list. In this case, our X list is L1 and our Y list is L2. Where it says frequency list, you want no information there, neither in the store reg EQ, you want no information there, and then you want to arrow down where it says calculate and press enter. Now in this situation, my calculator has given me y equals ax plus b, which is basically just the general form of my equation. It's given me an a and a b, and then also an r squared and an r. The first part of this problem asks us to determine a linear function that could be used to model the data in the chart. I want to use the general equation y equals mx plus b, or in this case it's actually y equals ax plus b, and I want to plug in the a and the b value that they've given us. So in this situation it would be y equals 638.6 x plus 9,399. And so that equation would be my linear function that could be used to model the data in the chart. Now, some of your calculators may not have given you the value of r. The value of r squared, you can just ignore that for now. The value of R is what we call the correlation coefficient, and it tells us how accurate our model is. If your calculator did not give you R, first thing to do is press second 0, and then we want to go down to where it says diagnostic on. A quicker way to get to the D's in the menu is to press the X to the -1 button. That should take us to D's, and then we can arrow down, and we're looking for diagnostic on. When we get to diagnostic on, press enter. That will pop it onto the home screen, and then press enter one more time and it will say it's done. You should really only have to do this once. Now when you go to Stat, Calculate, and then do option number 4, enter through all of this and tell it to calculate, then it should give us the A and the B that we had received, and then also your R value. So as the second part of this, it asks what is the value of R. So R equals 0.99830433641. And then as part C, is your model accurate? The value of R determines if the model is accurate or not. The closer the value of R is to either 1 or -1, the more accurate the model. I would say that this model is very accurate given this value of R. And then finally it says use your function to predict the tuition in 2018. The first thing we would need to do is determine what is the X value for 2018. So what we will do there is we will go and we will basically consider that our first year was 1998. So in 2018, the X value would be 2018 minus the first year, which is 1998. Okay, this would give us as an X value 20 years. Now, we will use our equation from the first part to predict the tuition. In other words, Y represents the tuition. The model said that Y equals 638.6 times X. In this situation, our X is 20. So we plug in 20 and then say plus 9,399. Now, I will do this on my calculator. So let me clear out what I have so we can see easier. 638.6 times 20 plus 9,399. Press enter, and I get a result of 22,171. And so that value would be the predicted tuition in the year 2018.